Okay, you're right. Welcome to your video tutorial. Today we are going to have a look at area. Area of different common shapes, such as triangles, rhombuses, and trapeziums. Okay, for many common shapes like parallelograms and trapeziums, the rules for finding their area can be kind of looked at in terms of simple triangles and rectangles. Shapes that involve circles or sectors, however, rely on calculations that involve pi. So last lesson we were looking at pi a little bit. This lesson we're going to look at the area of normal shapes, okay? So for common shapes it's all right. Today we're going to look at common shapes. Next lesson we're going to be having a look at some more composite shapes. So these are the areas that you need to know for basic shapes. You need to know them. You just need to know them. You need to be able to identify a trapezium and know how to work out its area. You need to be able to identify a rhombus and know how to work out its area, okay? Instead of having to write this all down, I've actually printed off the sheet that you can glue in your book, so that should hopefully be a little bit easier. Okay, so find the area of the following plane figures. Very, very easy. This one here is a rectangle. You know that because you have sides of two different lengths as indicated by the lines, and they're 90 degrees. So this area would equal length times breadth. According to your sheet, this area would equal 7 times 3. This area would equal 21. Now, big important thing to make sure before you do this that I didn't do. Make sure my measurements are in the same unit, okay? Make sure my measurements are in the same unit. They must be in the same unit. In this case, they are. So it's in meters, 21 meters, and because it is area, it is meters squared, okay? This one here, this shape here is equal to 21 meters squared, okay? This here is instead of a rectangle, we've got a triangle. According to my measurement sheets, the area of a triangle is half base times height, okay, so the area is half of 11 times the height, which is 5. Okay, remember this here, this here on your diagram is not the height, it's the perpendicular height. Okay, so it's the perpendicular height which makes up the height measurement, not just a line along the triangle, which kind of seems like it's as high as it is. No, it's the perpendicular height. Okay, so my area equals half 11, 5.5 times 5 equals 27.5. Again, check that your measurements are in the same. If they're not, you would have had to convert it to start with. So they are in the same, so it becomes 25 kilometres squared, or square kilometres, okay? Next example, find the areas of the following plane figures, okay? This here, okay, is a parallelogram. Okay, so the area of a parallelogram is base times height. Okay, so area equals base times height. My base is whatever's going along here or along here. That's 3 centimetres. So area equals 3. My perpendicular height is 1.5. 3 times 1.5. They're both in centimetres, so I don't have to convert them. Okay, area equals 4.5 centimetres squared. Okay, this one here on the other hand is neither a triangle or a parallelogram. It is actually a rhombus, okay? I know that because there is it is a four-sided figure with 2 sets of running parallel lines. So this line up here is parallel to this line down here, and this line over here is parallel to that line there. Okay, and I get told to work out the area of a rhombus. My formula is half xy. Okay, x and y are the distance between the two corners there. So area equals half times x times y. Really, you could just write it, but it doesn't matter which way you write it. Area equals half of, now it doesn't matter which one's x. Doesn't matter, we'll go half of 10 times 9. Okay, and so my area would be, they're both in millimetres, so I don't have to convert the units. Area equals 45 millimetres squared, or square millimetres. Last but not least, we have ourselves a trapezium, okay? The area of a trapezium is probably one of the most complicated ones to remember, and that is half height A plus B. Okay, so my area is half of my height. My height is my perpendicular height, so half of 3 brackets, okay, and remember when we have brackets we times everything by on the outside by what's on the inside. A plus B, A and B are the 2 sets of parallel lines, okay, so 4 plus 6, okay. Area equals half of 3 brackets 10, okay. What's half of 3? 1.5, okay. 1.5, and now that's on the outside and 10's on the inside, so I know that what this means is that it's half 1.5, sorry, it's 1.5 times 10, okay, and I'm just going to move that working up just a touch, okay. 1.5 times 10 equals 15 metres squared. And that's it, guys. This should be a revision from year 7 and 8. This is basic area.